Happy lunch hour, guys. All right, still Saturday. We're still trying to recover a little bit, get some energy back. Maybe I'll actually get something done today. 10 days till TEOTWAWKI. I know it sounds a little out there, doesn't it? Hear me out. For those of you that don't know what TEOTWAWKI means, it's an acronym for the end of the world as we know it. Okay. Now, I'm not talking about the world's going to blow up, Armageddon, whatever, the coming of Christ, anything of the sort like that. I'm talking about the end of the world as we know it today, which is completely different than what we knew it 3 years ago. Right? It's no secret that the elections are going to be a landslide, okay? As much as CNN or MSNBC or Donnie Deutsch or James Carville or Hillary Clinton says, oh yeah, don't worry, we're going to hold the House and hold the Senate. Okay, they're smoking crack. But it's going to be a complete flip of party and control. It doesn't necessarily mean things are going, it absolutely doesn't mean things are going to turn on a dime, all right? It's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better, even if the GOP take control of both houses of Congress. I've said this many times. It's like when the Soviet Union fell, and it wasn't like, woohoo, cool. Communism's dead on Friday, Monday morning, hey, everything's good, we're a democracy. It doesn't work that way, all right? Things take time. The same is going to happen here. You're going to have the Herschel Walkers and the Dr. Oz's, yeah, don't get me on that one, okay, win, the Adam Laxalts or whatever are going to win, and everybody's going to go, woohoo, Republicans are back in charge Congress 10 days from now, right? Okay, it doesn't work that way, first off. They don't get elected on Tuesday and take office on Wednesday. You've got 7 weeks till they take office. First off, what's going to happen? You have the lame duck session, and you can guarantee that the left is going to throw out the baby with the bathwater in those 7 weeks. They are going to ramrod through anything and everything possible to push their agenda forward, okay? Bills going to get half-assed written and passed just to get something through. Biden's going to go nuts with executive orders, okay? Why? Because all that's going to do is handcuff the new Congress, spending the first year of the new Congress undoing all that idiocy that they're going to put together. So there's going to be no progress made. Now, I want to give you this. The key issues for voters going into the election a week from Tuesday. 80% of the public sees the economy as the number one issue, okay? Other issues that they see, 61% say crime is an issue, 53% say abortion's an issue, 52% say gun policy's an issue, 50 at education, 50 at immigration. Okay, those are the ones that at least half of the people think are important information. Now, obviously, people can think of more than one because that adds up to 400% or something like that. There, very few people are one-issue voters, though a lot of people are. Economy is certainly a primary one. Okay. So we need to turn some of this stuff around, okay? What's going to be done? Well, it's not like a new Republican Congress is going to come in and go, we want to do this, poof, it's done. Because remember, we've got Potato in Chief who has the pen, okay? And he goes, veto. Done. So nothing is going to get done. This is where you get into the end of the world as we know it. The Democrats are going to run through in the last 7 weeks every idiotic thing they can possibly put in. And when the Republican House and Republican Congress say, we're going to undo that, Joe's answer is going to be, no, you're not. Now, that leaves us with every one of these idiotic policies for at least the next 2 years until we can throw out the potato and hopefully bring in somebody who's got, more than 2 active brain cells. Any active brain cells compared to Joe would be an improvement. But that means, on the good side of things, hopefully things won't get worse with more stupid stuff. However, I'm not going to say, gee, it's going to be wine and roses. Remember, we still have Mitch McConnell, okay, who, for all intents and purposes, is a Democrat. Kentucky, throw his ass out next time, okay? The guy is a disaster, okay? Kevin McCarthy's going to be in charge of the House. That ain't no better, okay? So we get this sort of stuff. Leadership on both sides is atrocious. Not taking care of anything that needs to be done. Just because everybody's going rah, 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 that the Democrats are going to get thrown out of the House, that Nancy Pelosi's no longer going to be Speaker, that Chuck Schumer's no longer going to be in charge of the Senate. Don't be too excited that things are going to get better. Things are just going to stop. That's all it's going to happen. So whatever we have going on today is as good as it's going to get for at least the next 2 years. Okay? Don't expect inflation to get better. Don't expect gas prices to get better. Anything. The deal what you have now, folks, is you need to prepare for this to be the best you're going to see for a while. Okay? With $6 a pound ground beef, with a quarter of the country not being able to afford Thanksgiving dinner, with $5, $4.50, whatever it is, gas. This is as good as it gets. That's how scary this crap is, because the economy is getting worse. Powell's going to continue to raise rates. Eventually, what happens is other countries are not going to want to take dollars. And then we get into a situation where the dollar starts to become worthless. It'll be worth something here in the United States because it's all we got, okay? But when the rest of the world doesn't want it anymore, it's when we start to see hyperinflation. That's what's coming in the next 2 years, guys. It doesn't matter who wins a week from Tuesday. Their hands are going to be tied, trying to undo the last 7 weeks of throw the baby out with the bathwater. But they have no possibility of getting anything pro-American done because the country is so divided and so entrenched. Everybody's got their heels dug in so much. I don't care if the Republicans came up with the cure for cancer, Biden would veto it. Okay? That's just how far entrenched everything is. It won't help. Make your preparations now to be dealing with what you've got now for the next 2 years. Minimum. Pinball out.